Good day, everyone. I am KJSN B. Raso, and today I will be presenting RA 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. Sa panahon ngayon na halos lahat ay gumagamit ng social media at internet, importanteng maintindihan natin kung paano tayo pinoprotektahan ng batas na ito laban sa mga cybercrimes. RA 10175 is a law that focuses on crimes committed using computers, mobile phones, and the internet. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng illegal acts na ginagawa online such as hacking, online scams at cyber libel ay sakop ng batas na ito. Ang goal nito is to make cyberspace safe, secure, and accountable. Example, kapag nag-hack ng email or social media account, ibig sabihin covered na iyon ng RA 10175. Importante ang RA 10175 kasi pinoprotektahan nito ang mga tao laban sa mga online fraud, identity theft at cyber harassment. It also reminds us na ang paggamit ng technology ay may kaakibat na responsibilidad, hindi porket online ay pwede na tayong gumawa ng kahit ano. Example, kung may nagbebenta sa iyo ng fake products online at nanloloko ng buyers, pwede silang managot under this law. Ang RA 10175 ay binubuo ng 8 articles. Each article explains different parts of the law, from definitions, punishable acts, penalties hanggang sa enforcement. This structure helps ensure na malinaw kung ano ang bawal at kung ano ang magiging consequences ng bawat actions. Now, let's proceed to Article 1. Article 1 talks about the basic definitions and purpose of the law. Dito, pinapaliwanag kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng cybercrime at kung bakit kailangan ng batas na ito. It also establishes the government's role in protecting cyberspace. While Article 2 lists the different cybercrimes punishable under the law. Kasama dito ang illegal access, identity theft, cyber fraud, at cyber libel. Basically, lahat ng paggamit ng technology para manakit, manloko, o manira ng iba ay sakop dito. For example, halimbawa paggawa ng fake account para manira ng reputation ng isang tao, that is punishable by this law. On the other hand, Article 3 explains that the penalties for cybercrimes. These include imprisonment and fines. Imprisonment and fines. Depende sa bigat ng offense. Mas mabigat ang parusa kapag ginawa ang crime online because mas malawak at mas mabilis ang epekto nito. For example, cyber libel. It has a higher penalty than traditional libel. Moving on, Article 4 gives authority to law enforcement agencies to investigate cybercrimes. Kasama dito ang mga proper handling of digital evidence tulad ng messages, emails, at online post. Importante rin dito ang due process para protektado ang karapatan ng lahat or ng bawat isa. Of course, Article 5 explains kung kailan may authority ang Philippine courts to handle cybercrime cases. Kahit ang crime ay ginawa sa ibang bansa, basta ang biktima ay Pilipino or ang system ay nasa Pilipinas, sakop pa rin ito. Example, kung ang scammer abroad na nanloko ng Pilipino online, pwede pa rin silang habulin under RA 10175. This topic talks about the jurisdiction of one cases under this law. Dahil ang cybercrimes ay kadalasang cross-border. Article 6 promotes cooperation with other countries. This helps in tracking cybercriminals and sharing information internationally. Now, let's proceed to Article 7. It identifies the government agencies responsible for enforcing the law. These agencies work together to ensure effective investigation and prosecution of cybercrimes. And of course, last but not the least, the Article 8. It contains the final legal provisions such as funding, implementation, and effectivity of the law. It ensures that RA 10175 is properly enforced and sustained. Here in my discussions, I included the topics about cyber libel which is punishable under this law because nowadays people are so unaware, or no, not unaware, but sometimes some people are neglected this law that punishable RA 10175 because akala nila yung mga simpleng actions na yun is hindi maaring patawan ng mga parusa under this law. So I included this topic para sa mga viewers na maaring maging aware and ma-realize how the law is effective in terms of this matter. Now, let's talk about the cyber libel from Article 2, Punishable Acts. So, cyber libel is one of the punishable acts under Article 2 of RA 10175. It involves posting false or malicious statements online that damage a person's reputation. This law applies to various digital platforms, including social media, vlogs, and websites. Cyber libel is considered a serious offense because of the wide reach of the internet. A single post can be shared quickly and viewed by thousands or even millions of people, causing greater harm compared to traditional libel. That's why I included this topic because some people or even the generation nowadays, kasi ang dami ngayon na nagpapadala sa bugso ng damdamin, sa emosyon, na kung saan hindi napapansin na yung mga actions na nagagawa, especially in social media, ay mayroong kaakibat na kaparusahan, especially kung yung tao na ginawa nila ng mali na yun ay nag-take ng legal actions about this matter. So this video is for you to understand and to be aware kung paano ba dapat gamitin ng tama ang technology, especially ang social media na most used nowadays. Now, let's discuss the fines and penalties under RA 10175, also known as the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. First, offenders may face imprisonment ranging from prison correctional to prison major depending on the severity of the crime committed. Second, the fines can be as high as 1 million pesos or even more, highlighting the seriousness of cyber offenses. Lastly, it's important to note that cyber libel carries higher penalties than traditional libel, reflecting the growing impact of online crimes in our society. Understanding these penalties reminds us that to act responsibly and ethically in our online interactions. So this is one of the main reasons or concept na nakikita ko or na-visualize ko. That's why we as KPU are encouraging to act responsibly, especially in using our own social media accounts. Because especially we as the future law enforcers, mahalaga na alam natin kung paano gamitin ng tama ang modern technology, ang social media, because a simple actions can lead to a major trouble na kung saan ay maaaring magawan or malapatan ng legal actions, especially kung hindi tayo nag-iingat sa paggamit nito, kung tayo ay careless and hindi natin i-consider kung ano ba yung mga possible consequences sa mga little actions na ginagawa natin everyday. So we as Kapio, we should be more responsible, and not only as Kapio. Of course, our families, relatives, and people that surrounds us must know this thing, so that this kind of activities must not be repeated to others, just like on the examples. Moving on our topic, jurisdiction and authority under RA 10175. So, under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 or RA 10175, cybercrimes are not limited by physical borders because online activities can easily cross national boundaries. The law allows Philippine authorities to take action even if the offender is located abroad. As long as the crime affects Filipino citizens, Philippine systems or interests, our courts may exercise jurisdiction. This ensures protection for Filipinos in the legal space. It is also important to note that online anonymity does not exempt offenders from liability. Even if a person hides behind fake names or accounts, they can still be traced and held accountable under the law of RA 10175. Ibig sabihin po ang batas na ito na RA 10175 dito sa ating bansa ay hindi nalilimitahan dito lamang sa ating lugar. So tulad ng nabanggit ko kanina, halimbawa kung ang isang kaso or ang isang crime ay nangyari sa or ang criminal ay galing sa ibang bansa pero ang kanyang victim ay dito sa Pilipinas, maaari pa rin gumana ang batas na ito dahil ito ay naka-indicate dito. So, kung makikita natin kung gaano kalawak ang batas na ito para maprotektahan ang cyberspace ng bawat tao. So, this is the important matter na kailangan malaman ng bawat isa para maging aware and hindi na mabiktima or malaman kung ano ba ang dapat gawin, especially kung may mga tao na makaka-encounter ng ganitong pangyayari. Now, let's proceed to examples of jurisdiction. So, to better understand how jurisdiction works under RA 10175, here are some examples. If a fake social media account is created abroad to defame a Filipino, Philippine courts can still handle the case because the victim is Filipino. Another example is online scam targeting Filipino victims. Even if the scammer is outside the country, the crime falls under Philippine jurisdiction. So lastly, any cybercrime that affects Philippine computer systems or data such as hacking, government or private databases can be prosecuted locally regardless of where the attacker is located. So as you can see, hindi nalilimitahan ang batas na ito kung nasaan kung nasaan ang tao na gumawa nito, especially kung sa Pilipinas nangyari or nagawan ang biktima. Because this law is so wide, broader na kayang Huwag na. So, as you can see how broad this law can be. So, for you to be able, kung isa ka sa nakakaranas ng ganito or nakaranas na somehow or somewhat, the next time na ma-encounter mo to if ever, is alam mo na kung ano yung rights mo na maaari mong magawa against the attacker or the criminals na gumagawa ng ganitong klase ng cybercrime. So ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin why jurisdiction matters. Bakit daw mahalaga ang jurisdiction? So pagdating sa cybercrime, bakit nga ba mahalaga ang jurisdiction? Una, it prevents offenders from escaping responsibility. Ibig sabihin, kahit online ginawa ang isang krimen at kahit nasa ibang bansa ang gumawa, pwede pa rin silang managot sa ilalim ng batas. For example, tulad ng nabanggit kanina, may foreign hacker na nag-scam ng isang Pilipino online. Kahit wala siya sa Pilipinas, pwede pa rin kumilos ang authorities dahil sa jurisdiction rules ng RA 10175. Pangalawa, it strengthens protection for Filipino internet users. Pinoprotektahan nito ang mga Pilipino laban sa online threats tulad ng hacking, identity theft, at cyber libel. Example, kung may nag-post ng malicious content laban sa isang Pilipino sa social media, may legal remedy ang biktima under the law. Pangatlo, it ensures accountability in the global digital space. Sa panahon ngayon, global na ang internet. Kaya mahalaga na may batas na nagpapaalala na may pananagutan pa rin ang bawat user. Example, kahit anonymous ka online, hindi ibig sabihin free ka nang gumawa ng illegal activities. Dahil ngayon maaari nang matrace, matrack ang iyong ginagamit na device para malaman kung ano ba or sino ba ang gumagamit ng device na yun so that may identify kung sino ba yung user para ma-disclose kung sino yon na gumagawa ng crimes na yun. So ngayon, napakarami ng paraan para malaman, matrace kung sino ba yung gumagawa nito. So better yet, wag nang subukan or wag nang gawin na manghack or kung ano man na crimes regarding the or connected sa law na maaaring maging punishable under this law. Kasi we have the law na maaaring mag-punish sa atin in anytime na makakagawa tayo ng mali na kung saan ay sakop ng mga batas. Taking everything into account, RA 10175 maintains order in the digital world. Ito ang tumutulong para hindi maging lawless ang cyberspace. Understanding the law helps prevent violations. Kapag alam natin ang bawal at tama online, mas iiwas tayo sa paggawa ng mga cybercrimes. Responsible online behavior ensures cyber safety. Kung responsable tayo sa pagpo-post, pag-share at paggamit ng internet, mas ligtas ang lahat. For example, simple lang, mag-isip muna bago mag-post. Iwasan ng fake news at respetuhin ang privacy ng iba. Kung kaya naman mahalaga ang RA 10175 dahil pinoprotektahan nito ang mga tao laban sa cybercrimes, pinapalakas ang accountability online, sinusuportahan ng law enforcement at hinihikayat ang responsible use ng digital technology. Sa isang highly connected world, hindi lang sapat sa marunong tayong gumamit ng technology. Kailangan din nating maging responsable at may respeto sa ating batas. Kung gusto natin ng safe at maayos na online environment, nagsisimula ito sa atin bilang digital citizens. Kaya palaging think before you click. Again, I am K. Jessen B. Raso from BSC 4B at ito po ang aking presentation tungkol sa RA 10175. At lagi po nating tatandaan na sa online world, may kalayaan pero may pananagutan. Online ka man o offline, may batas na sinusunod kung kaya matalinong paggamit ng teknolohiya para sa ligtas na cyberspace. Always think before you click and act within the law. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakinig.